Welcome to the video, everyone. Slightly different video for this upload. I do post a lot of videos up in my office, but that's not what I'm going to be doing today. So I hope everyone's good. Again, welcome to all the new subs to the channel. We've had a tremendous amount of joiners over the last month. So Amazon FBA enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, basically a mixture of different types of people. So I wanted to talk in this video, right, get straight to it, about Amazon FBA and the lifestyle that you should expect to lead, right? I want to talk about expectations, what's realistic, what isn't realistic, and timescales, basically. So, if you think, or if anyone thinks, that you can start selling on Amazon and sort of overnight, you've got thousands of pounds coming in to your account, and you quit your job, within a month, and start living the dream, basically, that would be incorrect, right? And I don't ever want to portray that picture to anyone. When I do speak to people over the phone, which is quite frequently, obviously explain to them that isn't realistic, and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, basically, right? That's not what it is. So I want to explain to you what it is, and how much work you can expect to do, and the sort of lifestyle that that is realistic to anticipate straight away, and then what you can expect moving forward, sort of to the level that I'm at now, sort of 18 months in. So when you initially start your Amazon FBA journey, you're going to need to put work in, right? I was working at the time, so at the moment I'm obviously full-time FBA and also full-time running my course, but when I started Amazon, that was not the case. I was working as a teacher. I was doing long placements, 8-week, 10-week stints within different schools based around where I lived, and I was working 50-hour weeks, right? It's pretty normal for me to do that. I'm sure any teacher would agree. That's pretty normal. So I set up my Amazon FBA business at that time, whilst working a full-time job. So I was putting in at least 2 hours in the evenings on weeknights into Amazon FBA itself. So, it comes up to about 10 hours a week. I was only doing Monday to Friday on Amazon FBA, but I had to put work in, right? So that wasn't easy. Obviously, people who are out there as well are going to be juggling jobs like I was, and you have to be willing to put that initial hard work into the beginning, whether or not you're following a rigid structured program or you're just, doing it yourself. You need to expect to be putting that sort of work into your first product, right? So you have your initial research phase and product market analysis, etc., which is the most time consuming. So that's when you put the real work in, the 2 hours a night, working towards finding that right product. Now, once you've launched once you've ordered the product and you have the sort of phase or the period of time where your supplier is manufacturing that product, that's when you can work on other things. So, you have to work on your product photography. You have to either get a specialist to, enhance the photos and edit the photos, or if you're handy yourself, you can do it yourself. And as well as that, you need to create your Amazon FBA listings, optimize them, work out your launch strategy for Amazon FBA UK, and lots of various other things that probably will take up, an hour a night, 5 days a week again. So you can immediately see over the sort of 2-month period or 3-month period that you're launching your first product, you're going to need to put in a lot of work. Now, there's no money coming in at this time, right? So the first 2-3 months, you don't see any income coming in. So to think that, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you can be doing, lots of money on Amazon is not realistic. So don't think that, basically. So now, that being said, once your product is launched, so once you have the stock in to Amazon FBA, you've done all the back-end work for the first few months. Again, it's not a ridiculous amount of work, but it does take up your time, as I've just mentioned. So once that happens, you can expect your time and the input that goes into your Amazon FBA to reduce dramatically. Now, when I say dramatically, I mean dramatically. Once that first product launches, I would say that typically for one product, you probably need to do about half an hour to an hour's work a week. Now, that would be general maintenance of the listing, working on your reviews, again, doing automated follow-up sequence review systems and things that are in place to gain reviews. You would need to be keeping your supplier sweet, right? So making sure that your supplier is on board and that they are on the ball with your next order, and making sure that production is running smoothly and things like that. You want to build a good relationship with that supplier, but that will be the extent of the work you do at that point. So that's when it becomes easier. So when you see, you know, me, for example, posting that I'm, you know, here, there and everywhere, you know, I don't know, on holiday or going swimming, all these different things in the days, that's because you know, the 13 products that I've launched are now in the maintenance phase. So you know, the maintenance phase is what I just mentioned to you all there. With one product, I just, you know, do that for 13 products. So 13 times half an hour, it's about 6.5 hours a week. I would say I probably do less than 6.5 hours a week on Amazon FBA. The majority of my time at the moment is spent working on my course, marketing, lots of different things like that. It's a completely separate company to my Amazon. My Amazon is sustainably doing the figures that it does month in, month out. So I kind of let that run, and I do the general maintenance work that I mentioned to everyone there. But and the point that I'm getting at is, you know, you don't want to be even thinking about, you know, launching a product and expecting to quit your job within a month, anything like that. I worked on my Amazon for over a year before finishing work. So 12 months solid, I was launching new products month in, month out, doing exactly what I just said to you there for new products over and over again. And after 12 months, months before I even considered launching my super seller course, I quit my job before that. So it was completely based on my Amazon FBA income. It was March this year, and the course launched in late April. So it was far before that. So it proves that, you know, that you can scale up within 12 months to a point where you can finish work. Now, I wasn't on a great income at work. I was on, I don't know what it was, like 1,300. I was, you know, towards the end, I was doing private teaching, so working in different placements around the Wales, and even moving into England in some instances, delivering maths, English and digital literacy, so teaching people, adults. You know, I enjoyed the traveling and the freedom. But this is obviously far better, right? So my time now, I spend about 30 to 35 hours a week working, but 90% of that is course, marketing, accounts, all these different things that I work on, you know, throughout the day. But the point I'm getting at, right, I hope that this is running smoothly and you're understanding the point that I'm getting at, is to have a long-term plan, right? You can expect with Amazon FBA initially to have to put in hard work and keep reinvesting your money. Reinvestment is important, and it has a huge impact on scalability. So if you take money out constantly, it will hinder and it will reduce how quickly you can grow dramatically. It will dramatically decrease how quickly you can scale. So my advice is what I did, which is reinvest and grow and keep launching new products, whether it's within the same niche or whether you diversify. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on the brand and what you're doing. But ultimately, you want to have a 12-month plan like I did. So 12 months down the line, I want to be doubling what I was earning from my job through FBA. And then at that point, you can consider moving full-time FBA. Now, you know, that's not an option for everyone. Some people love their job. Some people don't want to do that. By all means, you know, you do what you do, basically. Personally, I wanted to pursue this path. However long it lasts, that was my choice. You know, other people absolutely love their job and they want to do both. And, you know, luckily with this business model, you can do both. So, you know, you can run a 6-figure FBA business, as I was doing, whilst working 50-hour weeks. It's just fact. I know people that are doing it, my friends are doing it, or a friend is doing it, I'm doing it. I know other business acquaintances who are doing it as well. But the point is expectations. Don't expect that from one product. I believe, and some people disagree with this, that you minimize risk by having various products. You know, you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to make sure that you know, you spread things over various products to again minimize the risk. Basically, is one of the main reasons I believe that's most important, and to keep expectations realistic. That you're not going to do crazy numbers from one product, but look at lots of products doing you know, not conservative is probably the wrong word, but doing modest numbers, you know, 1,000, 2,000 a month, rather than one doing stupid numbers. So yeah, I mean, Amazon FBA is the ticket out. If you don't want to work, you know, 9 to 5 anymore, and you're looking for passive income, I truly believe that Amazon FBA is the right choice for you. I looked at Shopify, lots of other different options, different business models even on Amazon. Didn't like any of them, didn't work, and FBA basically did. So that's what led me down this path. you know, we've seen some fantastic results from students who, you know, the proof is in the pudding. It's happening. I'm watching people do it day in, day out, succeed with their first product. So it's pretty awesome to be at the forefront of that. You know, and again, you know, you are your own boss when you run your own FBA business, and that's what my Instagram is, solely FBA. I don't show any of the work I do for my course. It's just Amazon FBA, and you can spend the time as you please. You know, you have to do a certain amount of work to get to that stage, but after that, smooth sailing, right? So, you know, today I've been fortunate enough to sort of, you know, get up when I wanted. I do tend to get up early. I got up about 8 o'clock, went for a swim today, you know, did all of that sort of stuff, little pamper sessions, right? We all need to get a pamper session now and again, me every day. But, you know, I did that. I had a few calls with students. I responded to all my student emails, and I then had lunch, and I'm just home, right? I'm just going to be working on a couple of different videos that I'm launching, some new course content being updated. So flexibility, a lot of flexibility, a lot of freedom. You know, people are starting Amazon FBA for different reasons, right? People are in this for different purposes. So I meet a variety of different people who sell on Amazon, who want to start selling on Amazon. Some people purely want to start selling on Amazon to have money, right? They're doing it for their main drive and motivator is cash. So having a different stream or different source of income coming in as well as their job, right? I respect, you know, whatever ways people or whatever motives people have for starting Amazon FBA. The majority of people who I speak to, though, their main reason for starting FBA is they want more free time. So they're basically willing to put the front end work in to get a product launched or 3 products launched, and whether or not they're getting £3,000 a month extra, it's more important to them that they have more free time. Because like I said, once your products are launched, Amazon FBA becomes passive, and that's when you get to enjoy your free time, whatever you want to do with it, right? So those are the 2 main motivators for people. Personally, I'm a combination of both. Primarily, I do this for my passion to be free, right? Freedom to be able to wake up and do what I want and go where I want and be able to have an income at the same time. For me, that's really, really important. You know, money obviously helps because money facilitates that, right? If I wasn't having an income from FBA, I wouldn't be able to have that freedom. So, but the freedom is more important to me. Now, people have different reasons, right? Both, I consider both. Some people are just one, some people are just the other. A lot of people are a mixture. So just give you an idea there of how that works. And again, obviously, now my time is being spent teaching others, and I qualified as a teacher. So, you know, I did a 3-year degree and then a 1-year teaching degree to get there. So it makes sense to put my time into something and make use of that degree. Hopefully that's fairly clear. I don't want anyone who's watching my channel to think that it's an overnight thing. You have to put work in. The front end work is the main work. Once that work is done, you will begin to see how passive the business model is, and then you scale, right? You scale, scale, scale. I'm currently I have 13 products. If I had 100, my life wouldn't change that much. You know, I don't think it would quite be 9 times the amount of work. It would just be keeping on top of stock, right? But you'd be doing 10 times the income or 9 times the income with very little extra input putting in to get that, apart from the front end work of actually launching. So every time I launch a product, I do what I tell you you'll need to do. So yeah, hopefully that's cleared it up. Beautiful day here today. You see, sun is shining, everything's good. So hopefully the video was useful. I'll be posting a few more sort of vlogs, if you will, like this. Never thought I'd actually be vlogging, but gonna do it anyway. Like I said, too much time on my hands, right? But yeah, moving into a new house in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks, I'll be sort of you know, telling all of you about that and how it's going, because obviously that's all been influenced from what I'm doing with my Amazon FBA. So it's relevant, right, to the channel and what's possible. So yeah, have a good day, and I will try and upload a video later on this week.